could do a double episode.
It's the podcast that forgets to press the upload button for our audio-only listeners. We did do an episode last week, but quite frankly, your host, David Boulderman, sucks. And Tim McLeff also sucks because he forgot to tell me that I didn't put it up, Tim.
Not my job.
Yeah, that's true. It isn't your job. Your job's just to watch a winning rugby league team, the Roosters. How good are they?
My job's just to contribute to the podcast, get the numbers in, and your job's to get this production rolling. So
that's right.
Very disappointed. But,
sorry.
Do you know the listeners missed 2 upset alerts? They could have made millions.
No, well, if they watched
it was
on
a big week for upset
Except for me,
alerts.
not mine.
if they watched on YouTube, then they would have seen it.
True.
Yeah, but that's why you got to tune in live.
That's right.
That's why you got to tune in live and you got to
tune in
contribute
live.
to the podcast. Upset alert is our best, definitely our strongest segment. So on tonight's show of the Down the Sideline podcast, rugby league through the lens of media, market share, and winning.
Yep.
Yeah, winning.
Your team didn't.
Yeah, they didn't. Down the Sideline, the podcast. That's right. I'm David Boulderman, Sharks fan. Joining me is Adrian Manker and Tim Micallef, as always, here on the couch on a Monday night at 8-something p.m. We're 5 minutes early tonight because Tim wants to go home and have a snooze. On tonight's show, we're going to chat about the Wars. How good were they the other night? I didn't think they were that good, but we'll get through that. How about a Penrith? Roosters closing in on the minor premiership. Big match this week. Big match. Third segment on the block. Sharks. Nico.
I think we should spend a bit of time on that one.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
talked
I think
about.
it's-
We had a
I think
whole.
it's- I think it's really important.
We had a whole
Yeah.
segment about them being premiership favourites, and
Yeah, well, that was you.
Yeah.
Led by you, Phil.
I think we should still have a segment on them.
I agree.
I think we
On the
should
whole
have a segment
segment.
on how good St. George were. To be
they were
honest.
very good.
Yeah, Sharks were crap.
Is it even worse? You lost it at like
No,
Okie
don't.
Jubilee.
We're moving on.
Okay.
We're moving on. I knew I should have gone them as the upset alert. They were a good upset
I
alert.
should have
too.
been my one because you stole the Knights, or who
Yeah, you-
stole the Knights?
Yeah, I took the
I
Knights.
should have gone the Dragons.
Yeah, they're a good upset alert.
Great upset.
We'll
alert.
chat Dolphins, of course, making history with their first ever finals appearance. Tim will crow about that one because he called that at the start of the year. Congratulations,
I
sir.
did.
I guess we got to talk. It's on the agenda to talk through what's going wrong at Manly. They're in free fall. Has the forward decision not worked out for them? We've obviously got to touch on Ricky Stuart and Corey Horsburgh. Get to that. We'll chat on the P&G signings watch. That just keeps going. We'll chat on the finals race. And, of course, the hottest segment in all of NRL sports entertainment, Upset Alert, is back. We'll go through our tips, but without further ado, let's chat the Waratahs. We're not chatting the Waratahs, guys.
I tell you what, the
There's no-
Sharks losing has really messed you
There's
up.
no
Yeah,
reason.
you're in a free. You're in a
You're just
spiral.
a
There's
spiral.
no reason, mate. Look, now that I'm hanging out with losers because the Sharks lost this week, I guess that's why I'm talking about the Waratahs. The Warriors beating the Panthers 28 points to 12. They were really noticeably on top. The Panthers looked up. The Warriors even had to sell some extra tickets. Adrian, your reaction? to the Warriors?
They were really impressive. I think Tim touched on it last week. He said they're a good chance to knock over Panthers. It was their one game where
Was my upset alert.
was it? Yeah, it was. You're right.
I was very
Yeah.
confident.
Yeah, Tim was very
Great upset
was,
alert,
was
Tim.
bang on. It was a chance to show that they actually could do something this season, and they're just not going to make up the numbers in the top 4.
Mate, their defense is ferocious.
It's good.
And you don't. When in history have we ever said that about a New Zealand team? One that is known for their defense more than their attack. There was always the running joke was with the
Harlem
Warriors.
Globetrotter Warriors.
Yeah, the Harlem exactly right.
Yeah.
They hold the ball like this, right? And a bit of that going on, mate. Their defense, they are savage. And credit to Andrew Webster. I think, everyone thought that Serraldo was the coach that you wanted from the assistant coach from the Panthers. I actually think Andrew Webster's the one you wanted. And
Webster's like an absolute gun.
he is. And look, I was one of the people that was probably even only 3 weeks ago a little bit critical of the Warriors' chances of winning the comp. I've actually got them top now.
Oh, you're just managing.
No, I genuinely have them as my
I don't think
premiership
they'll win.
favourites.
I don't think they'll win the comp. I think they dominated the Panthers physically down the middle. Like their forwards were on top.
But they dominated everyone down the middle.
Dominated from start to finish. I think Metcalf brings star power to that team. I think if you don't if you don't have Metcalf, you kind of look and you go, who are going to be their skill players who are going to break the game open? You got to remember, he was leading the Daily M's last year before he did his ACL.
Oh, yeah, he's good.
So bringing him back, I think, is going to give him a new lease on life. To Tim's point around Andrew Webster, I was actually thinking about this. I think as a club, they've got amazing culture because if you think about it, they let Adam Fanua-Blake go when he was still on contract because he was like, I want to go back to Sydney. And they're like, sure, go. Mitch Barnett wanted to go back to Australia to be closer to family. His family, I think, is closer to Newcastle than Brisbane, but they let him go to Brisbane. They're basically a team that are going, if you don't want to be here, that's fine. Just go. So I think Webster's created a really amazing culture. And I just think they've got young players, they've got experienced players, they've got a great mix. I don't know if they're going to win the comp, but Jesus, they made a statement on what was it, Friday night.
I think he gets the best out of players. Look, I always rated Aaron Clark when he was at the Titans.
He's a good player.
But he is next level now at the Wars. You look at everyone goes, oh, they've got so much halves depth. Was anyone talking about Tamari Martin, Harris Tavita, Tanner Boyd, or Metcalf as good halves?
Yeah, we were. I was talking about Metcalf too.
Metcalf was considered decent.
Maybe Metcalf, right?
Yeah, but Metcalf's the rest Shark.
Not Tanner Boyd.
No.
You know, there was Sharks chat because he was ours.
He was, yeah.
That he should have been in the halves and they should have signed Nico.
The other one they got is
that did the rounds. He was very good.
They got Jet Cleary sitting in the wings as well.
Yeah, but Webster's like the halves whisperer. He's a beast.
I just look, yes, halves whisperer, but I love their aggression. I love their commitment to defense. Look, they won that game. It was an emotional game, right? They had the haka beforehand because it was Indigenous round.
Yeah.
And they're at home. So, play that game back in Combank Stadium or whatever. Maybe it's a bit closer and whatever else, but I'll tell you what, I really, really liked what I saw from the Wars.
The watch out for Penrith is they're starting games really slowly. And I think it's if you're Ivan, you'd be nervous about that coming into the finals.
The team's getting broken up. Captain's now injured.
Yeah.
Everyone's out to beat him.
Yeah.
Dylan Edwards at fullback is a massive out for them.
How long until he's back?
He's back this round. Yeah.
And then Isaiah, they said today he doesn't require surgery.
No, he could be back.
But I have a funny feeling he probably requires surgery, and I reckon he's holding off.
Well, they
try and get to the end of the season and make a finals run, which has so much risk involved.
They reckon preliminary final he can come back.
Yeah, which shows that he probably needs surgery.
Preliminary final.
Sorry, no, the one before the grand final.
That's prelim.
The preliminary
final.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They're cooked.
I actually think they're going to be written off, but you know what? You give the keys. Guess who you give the keys to?
Cleary.
Nathan Cleary. And you say, guess what, buddy?
Cooked.
Do what you do at Origin. They'll be fine.
Roosters are going to win, dude.
Nah.
How can you? Nah.
I've heard this all week where people are putting the line through Penrith.
Nah.
I'm sorry, you cannot put the line through Penrith. You cannot put the line through Nathan Cleary.
No.
And he is having a breakout season, right? He has been unreal. As good as he is, he finally cracked Origin. I reckon this is maybe when he
only won Origin because of the send-off.
Oh, get over it. What a beat-up. Crimea River, Queensland. We're going to get to the Roosters, but I think the game this weekend is going to be
massive.
Like a finals-type game between the Roosters and Penrith. And that's
let's go check out
that's where Nathan's either going to stand up or the Roosters are going to get over the top of them.
Well, if the Panthers lose, the
money premiership's gone pretty much. Yeah.
No, the Roosters still have Dolphins and Rabbits.
Yeah, but
the Rabbits is a bogey team.
Both of those teams, though, Tim.
No, I know we should, but Cronulla should have beaten St. George. Right?
Don't bring that up. It's way too. Geez, Tim, that's a low blow.
It just goes to show that any team, a lot of the teams,
exactly right.
Yeah.
Especially the Rabbits, desperate to make finals. I look at the Rabbits finals run. Their run home, and they've got some tough games. That could be the game that gets them into the finals.
Oh,
so
is that last game?
Last game.
Ooh.
So that's a tough game for East, especially if any of
how hard do you go for the minor premiership if you're the Roosters?
I don't think,
and you're guaranteed a top two spot.
I think we want top two. I don't think we need.
I think Roosters are serial winners.
What if thirds versus the Sharks and you're playing at Allianz anyway? Does that matter then?
We want to play at home. We're better at home.
Yeah, you want to play at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Roosters are serial winners. They're going for the minor premiership. They do not settle for second. And if Tim says the Roosters will settle for second, that is not the Roosters' way. Roosters do not settle for second. They're built.
All right, well, let's
They've
chat
settled
through.
for seventh the last few years. So
Let's chat through the Roosters 2-point winners over the Bulldogs. Tim, give us your take on this one.
not our best performance. We're actually really poor. There was 5 scrums in a row where we lost the ball off the scrum.
That's
So-
a lot.
In a row. 5.
You must have
Right?
been losing it.
The crowd
Yeah, right.
the crowd cheered when we passed one off the scrum and took a tackle, right? So that gives you an idea of how we were playing in that game. Having said that, I thought Canterbury played with a lot of intensity and were very physical. I think we matched that. And what we did really well last year in the same game where we're down, I think we were 18-8 down. Last year, we don't come back and win that game. This time, we iced it. We got the 2 tries, and we knew how to win the game. And that's the difference with East this year. We're not necessarily playing that well, but we know how to win. And
66th and 69th minute tries.
yeah,
Pretty good.
well, it was straight up. So that 3 minutes actually is longer than I kind of thought it would have been because we scored off the next kick. So we scored the try with Billy Smith, and then off the kickoff, we scored the next try where Sammy Walker put the ball up into the middle. Canterbury let it bounce, and Fiketti was just much more much more desire to get to the ball and put it down. Great try.
Adrian, what do you make of the Bulldogs now?
It was a game of momentum. Like the Chooks had it first half, then the Bulldogs came back in the second half massively, and then the Chooks got over the line. 3 things kind of stood out for me in that game. Canterbury are going to be a tough team if they make the finals. Like, you do not want to play Canterbury if you're 5th or 6th.
The second row is
You don't want to be near them because they'll go to another level.
Say that, but they've crumbled in the final series.
Yeah, I think
the
they'll
last
be
2
all right.
years.
2, it made me realize
I don't reckon they're even going to make it.
how important Tedesco is to
I
that
agree with
Roosters team. If you take Teddy out of that team, the Roosters look ordinary. I don't care if you got Sam Walker, who you think's elite. If you got Cherry Evans, without Teddy, you guys look pedestrian. It was so bad.
but it's the same with
Third
Edwards
point.
and Penrith.
To Tim's point, good teams win even when they're not at their best. And that's exactly what the Roosters did. And the Roosters have done that a few times this season. Good teams win when they shouldn't. And they did it.
I think we've done it 4 or 5 times this year.
And that was what was impressive because,
Yeah, the Roosters are the top team. Tim.
momentum was
They're the
out
top team.
and you came back and you won. It was a very good win.
I'm not saying this because I'm trying to talk the Roosters down. I think the team that's impressed me most lately, particularly in the last 2 weeks, is the Warriors.
Mate, this
I
is
definitely
the best
agree.
chance the Roosters have had to win a comp.
Since Cooper Crump.
Correct.
Well,
It is
when we won it,
perfectly
yeah.
set up.
Yeah,
Trent
since we
has
won.
the best team
We're-
right
we're-
now to
we're-
win a comp.
We're building towards it. Yes.
Mate, you're right there. You're not building. You're
You're not
knocking on
building
the
anything.
door.
What?
The Knights are building to a comp. You're on the doorstep.
Why are we the favourites?
Because your team's the best.
No, but what is like our points for and against is the worst in the top 4. Why us?
You've got the elite Tedesco. You've got forwards across the front row, back row. Got a quality.
But what
hooker.
about our performances
Sam
has
Walker.
said that
And
we
you've
are
got
the team?
and you've got the second best wingers.
Do you know what you could? Do you know what you could say is every team in that top 4 has form line issues because
Nah, the Roosters soundly dealt with the Sharks.
the Roosters have been up and down. Penrith are now going down. The Sharks are going down. The Wales were down and now they're coming up. So if you look at true form line,
When were the Wales down? I know they lost
Last
against
couple of weeks.
Canterbury.
last couple of
Canterbury.
weeks,
No, they lost against Canterbury, but they've been thrashing everyone since.
but they haven't been like
Well, let's just chat about that then. Actually, so you're a top 4 aspiration team. What are we expecting? Just the top 4 teams just win all their games and just not lose to anyone? Is that what you should expect?
You just want to see them play their
This
style
is
of
a
footy.
loaded question.
No,
because
I'm just
Sharks
making the
lost.
point. I'm just
No, this topic. Look, to be fair, it's now. It's not a week ago. It's not 2 weeks ago. It's not 4 weeks ago. Now is when you want to start to see the teams play their style of footy and just get on top of teams and do it comfortably.
It's funny you mentioned that because there's the school of thought that I believe came from Trent Robinson and with Fitzgibbon is that they flogged them at training 5 weeks out from the finals and they get quite lethargic at this point, 4 weeks out, and are actually prone to dropping games and then lifting and being peaked for the semi-finals.
Finals. Yeah, interesting.
So the Sharks looked very tired against the Dragons, and they looked just bored. And I guess we'll get onto it. Sharks beaten.
Well,
18 points.
should we just get into it?
Yeah, we'll get into Sharks. Boy, they just looked bored, uninterested, like they thought they were going to win, and it screams they were just a bit knackered, and I don't know, it just seemed a bit out of character. And ironically enough, they lost by 2 points.
No, it's more than that.
Eight.
Well, they lost by 8, but they were 2 down, and then they just blew it at the end. But yeah, the 2 points that Nico missed, God, the streak, they were dreadful. So they got Nico got negative points in our player awards thing on our ETCN podcast. I didn't even know that negative points was possible.
So people gave him
negative.
Really?
Yeah, he got soundly hammered. The spine was hopeless. Vanilla Blake's sin bin was stupid, and they just were uninterested and uninspired. Now, they could also be that they think that they're going to make the finals, and they think they're going to make the top 4, which is probably part of it. And they were just going to roll up and win, but they didn't. And now, looking at the ladder, now we've got the red hot Dolphins breathing down our neck on 32 points.
I don't think a Dolphins.
Do you know the Knights are on equal points because we've got a bye? So we're actually on 32 too.
Yeah. Yeah. So now the Sharks have got to make sure that they win. Now, look, I still think they can drop one more game and will still make the top 4. But if they were to win, 3 of the last 4 and miss out on the top 4, they'd be the highest points team ever to not be 4th with that score, which would be unfortunate, but possible.
I don't think you're going to miss the top 4.
You know what's the most important game for you guys? Betting the Dolphins by 66 points.
Yeah.
Because that is the difference.
Yeah,
Genuinely, because
true.
It's a what is that? 100 and
It's
131,
71.
132 point turnaround.
71.
Well, no, 132 point turnaround in terms of for and against.
Yeah.
Between them and the Dolphins.
Yeah, massive.
And that's the difference between you being in 4th and 5th. Yeah.
Which at the moment, Sharks versus Panthers on the Panthers form, I reckon the Sharks could do them.
No. Do you know what the game?
I don't think we can beat the Roosters.
Do you know what the game reeked of on the weekend? You guys went in there
thinking we'd win.
Arrogant. You thought you were going to go in like the last couple
we'll win
of
by
weeks.
50 points
You
and
were
all
going to
this.
smash the Dragons.
And they
it was
did
the derby, and you weren't even up for it. The Dragons, you got to give Dragons credit. Their form's been a lot better than what people think.
Well,
I thought the Dragons were really good in that game.
We thought they were the worst team in the NRL ever.
Do you know the worst thing
we
for
did
you
discuss
guys was?
them. Yes.
Yeah, but
The streak. The streak.
Oh, the streak
Dominated everything. Get rid of the streak. I think if I was Fitzgibbon, you know how it was like the Alex Johnson try where Wayne Bennett just wanted it gone so he could focus on coaching the team and the team not worrying about it. I think the streak getting rid of it is the best thing that's ever happened to the Sharks. Get rid of it. Focus on playing football.
Well, except he missed, and we needed
exactly,
that kick.
which is good.
Well,
I think it's a game you want to lose now before 2 weeks out before the finals.
Look,
so lose it now.
Yeah, a lot of people said that's Cronulla's season done. I disagree. It was a bad game. It was a flat game. It happens. I remember when in 2013 the Roosters lost to the Titans at the back end of the year. The Titans were sitting similar to sort of St. George. And a lot of people went, well,
it does happen, doesn't it?
Roosters can't win the comp. But it's this time, you have a bad game. It happens. I wouldn't put a line through Cronulla just yet.
Yeah, it might just spur them on. But it was annoying. And it's so annoying losing to the Dragons. They're like the worst.
Yeah. Well,
you've got such an easy draw. I know the Dragons were an easy draw too, but you should be fine for the next 3 weeks. Raiders will probably give you a bit of a challenge, but that's it.
Nah, we got stupidly good record against. Yeah, Raiders, Titans, Eels, and Storm. Pretty good draw. This is the best time to play the Storm ever.
They played really good on the weekend.
We're not going into this.
Anyway, Cronulla will win 3 or 4 of them.
So. Yeah, you'll be top 4. There's no issue around it.
I don't know if 3 out of 4 is going to be enough. Looking at the Dolphins.
Dolphins defense is atrocious. Everyone's going, oh, they're good. And you know I'm their biggest fan outside of the Roosters, right? But their defense is so bad at the moment, they could lose to anyone.
You got to remember, Newcastle held the Broncos to 6 points.
The Roosters could genuinely put 50 on the Dolphins. I actually think the Sea Eagles this week could put a score on the Dolphins the way they're defending.
Is going to be your upset alert, Tim?
I think Manly are in free fall.
So the Dolphins, for everybody listening at home, have got the Sea Eagles, then the Eels, then the Roosters, then the Titans. So 3 on the 4 out of 4 is on the board for them. So you're right. The Sharks are going to be.
Yeah, I just don't see the Dolphins winning. They'll win 2-4.
But great result for an outcome for the Dolphins, securing their finals.
It's awesome.
Yeah, proud of the club. Like
32
I said,
points. The Bulldogs are on 26. Can't catch them.
They're a great organisation. I've spoken extensively about their junior operations, the way they run the club. The people there are honestly the absolute best. There's the best administrators that I've met in the game. Are at that club, and I wish them all the best because the next 5-10 years.
Where will they play that?
Years,
will they play at Suncorp?
Yeah,
first week.
Yeah, they'll play at Suncorp. I believe there's a request to upgrade Redcliffe Stadium, KO Stadium, which thanks to yours truly is called KO Stadium, and I believe there's an upgrade to that. In the works, which might get them 5 or 6 games there, but they'll still be based in Suncorp.
Do you know who deserves a lot of credit for the Dolphins this season? Christian Wolf. Because
their coach?
Yeah, because every coach who succeeded Bennett
that's cutting edge insight.
Has
every the bloke in charge of the club.
We're doing.
It's Captain Easy Take. Safe opinions on my game. No risk, no stakes. Just Captain Easy Take.
That's Captain Easy Take.
Right.
There we go.
Any coach that succeeded Bennett has failed. If you think about it, every coach that's succeeded a Wayne Bennett
typically
team
Wayne's
has failed.
Destroyed teams when he leaves them, doesn't he?
So he's actually done a pretty good job.
How good were Newcastle post Bennett?
We're horrible.
Was it Seabolt that took over at South after Bennett? And he had one good year?
Ooh, now you're testing me. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
And then Brisbane sucked. Newcastle sucked. St. George sucked. This is the only club where they've done okay because Christian Wolf.
Yeah, okay.
Just because of Christian Wolf? Well, I still think it's a captain.
But we're still captain.
I still think it's captain.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, yeah. The coach is
just because your brains didn't think like that. Sitting in the doldrums of a loss.
Let's just go through this, right? So looking at the NRL ladder, you would say Cleary, good coach. Top number
he's going to go down as one of the greatest coaches
Trent
of all
Robinson,
time.
great coach.
Good coach.
That second position. Third team, Warriors.
Unproven.
Webby.
They haven't won anything yet.
No,
Webby's a good coach.
Great coach, right? Fourth position, Fitzgibbon.
No.
Good coach.
Good coach. Are you saying
He's a decent coach.
He's got the highest win percentage of any Sharks coach ever.
You haven't won a
Adrian,
comp.
let us go through this. I don't want your opinion.
It's obvious. So that's all right. So you could argue that literally the coaches are in order at the moment. So you basically
go to 11.
The top 4
Go
coaches.
to 11.
Yeah,
the top 4 coaches
Go
are
to
all,
11. Go to 11.
We'll go to 11. All right,
Go to 12. Come on. Your argument's bullshit.
No, we're going to get there.
Hold on.
We're going to get there. So Christian Wolf, Dolphins, we'll come back to him. Knights, I reckon he's a beast. He's turned him around from last.
Yes, he's turned us around. He's an okay coach. He hasn't done anything yet.
Bennett, one of the
He
greats.
hasn't done anything yet.
We made the finals, but that's 1 year.
What do you want him to do?
I want to consistently make the finals.
Todd Payton and then
Serrato,
average. Foreign unproven. Craig Bellamy, shit coach.
Ricky Stuart,
great coach.
I don't think Ricky Stewart's a good coach at all.
Oh my god,
won a premiership.
Ricky Stuart sucks.
He's a good coach.
Won a
He's
premiership.
not.
Won a premiership, but he's great coach. Unproven. Riles unproven. Benji shit. I don't even know.
Hannay?
Oh yeah, Josh Hannay.
Match.
Terrible.
Great coach.
Terrible.
Great coach.
New Zealand and New South Wales Origin winning coach. Badge.
And then
Dean Young.
No,
I would say on his form, he's a good coach because he's won more games than he's lost.
Look, his first couple of games were wobbly, but you can see what he's doing there. And with the players they got coming in next year, the Dragons, they'll be a lot better.
I would argue he outcoached Fitzy on the weekend.
I think he easily outcoached Fitzy.
But just one game don't make it.
Had a bit more tactical nous.
No, one season doesn't either.
Here's my point. I reckon the coaching performance is in line with the table. No?
Generally, I mean,
Generally.
the Storm being they've had a terrible run. With
Storm,
injuries.
Raiders, and Broncos are the ones where their coaches should.
Better than the team.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So speaking of coaching, let's talk about Ricky Stuart and his mate Corey Horsburgh.
Mate, are we even onto that? You following the agenda?
Yeah, no, I'm skipping that. I'm skipping Manly because I believe.
We haven't even talked about Newcastle.
Yeah, they weren't on your agenda.
Well, I was just hoping you'd call me out on it.
All right,
Yeah, no one cares about Newcastle.
So let's get about.
They're playing well. Good on them. All right,
Well, we'll
moving
come
on.
back to Newcastle if we've got time.
No, we've just covered it. They're playing well.
Okay,
Good stuff.
Yeah, that's great.
Justin Holbrook, Jason Coach.
Jason
Yeah.
We've got to talk about Fitzy's 300.
Fitzies.
You mean
Manu
Frizzell?
Leilua.
You mean-
Frizzell.
Frizzell.
Yeah, stop trying to railroad.
Manu
the show, you.
Leilua.
Hey,
trying to-
Manu
Manu Leilua is going to be an absolute superstar.
We're not talking about bloody Newcastle.
Dom
We're
Young.
talking about Ricky Stewart. So
No,
hold on.
just sharp.
Dom Young still can't tackle.
I've muted him. You're off. You're off, Tim. Let's talk
Yeah.
about Ricky Stewart, shall we? Manga's been putting this in. All right. So if you missed it, Corey Horsburgh had an absolute brain explosion.
The slap.
The slap. What the hell was he thinking? So I'll take Adrian off mute.
Because you takes a shit and you need mine.
Hey, language.
What do we make of Corey Horsburgh?
It was a brain
It's
explosion. It was absolutely ridiculous, and he needs to do better as a footballer. He cost his team the game in a lot of ways, or at least made sure that they couldn't get back into it in the last 5-10 minutes
Yeah.
or whatever was left. It made it really difficult for the team. I get Ricky's frustration. I've not seen a press conference like that where a coach has gone after a player in a long time
On his own team.
on his own team. And I tell you what, I don't know look, you got to know the context and the background, but I just don't think that's the way to handle it.
Well, he's
I think-
off contract, Horsburgh, isn't he?
I think if if it's Trent Robinson, he'd just go. Him and I will have a chat during the week.
That is what Trent Robinson does.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I don't think a Trent Robinson player does that though.
No, yes, I do.
Ricky and Horsburgh have history.
Yeah, they do.
A couple of years back, they had
Yeah.
a massive blow up, and I'm pretty sure he threw him into reserve grade, and they had to patch it up for him to get back into first grade. So they've got history, both of them. I think Ricky, his press conference sums up the season.
Yeah.
He's so frustrated in that playing group in terms of their ill discipline, their drop ball, their defense. And I think he just went, you've been in first grade for a while, Corey.
And he's an Origin player.
Yeah, exactly. And you do that at the end of the game and you cost all your team the
They
amount
were
of
going to
effort.
get somehow they'd managed to get the penalty back, and then
Correct.
the bunker had to overturn
Correct.
it because
Correct.
it just couldn't let that stand.
Correct.
I don't agree with them getting the penalty, but it was just a dumb,
It was-
really dumb, ill-disciplined
Yeah.
thing to do.
But I think him calling him out in public basically signals that he's not going to be at Canberra next year, Corey. He's like, no.
Well, there's chat the Broncos are trying to get him.
And Ricky basically,
I think Ricky's saying goodbye.
the Raiders.
No, to Corey.
Yeah, I agree. He's getting rid of him.
He's saying
Yeah.
go to Brisbane.
Yeah. And also,
And you know what? Corey's that sort of player. He's decent. He's aggressive, but he's not elite. And you can't forgive him for mistakes like that. He's got to be a workhorse. And
do you know what I think even made it worse?
I don't think it's a big loss for the Raiders.
No, I go, do you know what made it worse? I think in Ricky's mind, they still had a mathematical chance of making the finals.
Yeah, and he
Yeah,
blew
no,
it.
And
no,
he
no,
blew
no.
it,
And
and he cost the whole team.
yeah, because what are they? They're done, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're done.
He basically said, Ricky said in press
22
conference,
points.
he's like, we're literally going to reserve grade, New South Wales Cup. And he's like, I'm literally playing young kids. I want to see some young kids play football and blood because it's a different style of game. He's like, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, look, and at the start of the season, I was one of the ones that was really bullish about Canberra having a good year, bad year, good year, bad year. Last year they got the minor premiership. I said this year they'd miss.
And they're going to miss.
They're going to miss,
By
but
a lot.
no, it's not a lot. Like there's some games that they were in. This is what they're like. When they're on a good year, they just get over the line. When they're on a bad year, they just miss. You know what I mean? And I think this year they just miss. And
No, they're not just missing. They're
They're
missing.
missing, mate.
how many times have they been flogged?
It's 6 points outside the 8.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is they're within 6 to 12 points of every game. Some games are
Yeah,
up.
but they got a
and-
minus 65 for and against.
Okay, anyway, the point I'm making is they're close, but they're not getting over the line. Whereas last year they were winning games by 2 or 4 or 6 points.
See, I'd be worried about them.
They're also
Next,
missing an halfback.
I'd be
aren't they?
worried about them next year as well. I think last year going straight sets out of the final psychologically was massive. Getting rid of Fogarty was a huge mistake.
I don't think that they had
Yeah,
the
but
option.
Sanders will probably be better next year.
I
That's
just,
true, he will
I just think they've got the quality. I don't know. There's something going on. At
All right, here we
Canberra.
go. Canberra, top 8 next season. Tim?
Yeah.
Adrian?
It's good year, bad year. Bad year this year, good year next year.
I'm going to say,
And their forwards are good.
I reckon they do make the top 8. I reckon they scrape it next season.
I think
Yeah.
they'll just miss.
All right. Well, Raiders go down 30 points to 24. Knights look pretty good, Adrian.
It was a nervous game. I was worried
Well,
about this one.
we are talking about them.
Yeah,
we can talk quickly.
We'll talk about
A nervous game. Tim's message was quite good. It was cold. There's no fans there. Didn't really feel like a home game, which was great. There's actually, I think, more Newcastle supporters there than
There
Raiders
wasn't at
supporters.
Newcastle. There was a lot.
Yeah, a lot travelled. Brazil's 300th game was good. I was pretty happy. I think
Where does Brazil rate amongst the 300 game NRL players?
I wouldn't say he's the best 300th gamer, but he's been very consistent. He's played for
He's a bloody good player.
played for New
He's
South
played for New
Wales,
South
played for
Wales.
Australia, played for Tonga.
I reckon he's in the bottom 5.
Keep going.
Now, having said that, players
Gavin Cooper.
who
Jesus.
play 300 games are very good. Like, they're all good. Like, going from the top.
I agree.
Like, they're all good.
Agreed.
Smith, Cronk, Cherry Evans, Hunt, Lockyer, Terry Lamb, Steve Menzies, Gallen, Corey Parker, our mate, Benji, Josh Papali'i,
Jesse Bromwich.
Jesse Bromwich, Heinington's,
Darius Boyd.
Darius, Brad Fittler, John Sutton, Dane
John
Gagai,
Sutton.
Cliff Lyons, Adam Blair, Nathan Hindmarch, E.T., Jeff Gerard was very good, Hoffman, Josh Morris, Luke Lewis, Thurston, Gavin Cooper,
Croker.
Reynolds, Billy Slater, Jason Croker, Kieran Ford, Maharazim, El Medzri,
Langmack.
Aidan Tolman's one of the weaker ones.
Yeah.
Warrior Hargrave is one of the weaker ones. Langmack,
Luke
Prentice.
Prentice.
Well,
Well,
Maria
Prentice is
Hargraves is the best front row of all time, outside of Artie Beetson and
Thank you.
Glenn Lazarus.
Thank you
So-
for
Mate,
writing.
he's got nothing on Paul Harrigan.
Andrew McCulloch, funnily
He'd-
enough, has
he'd put Chief
309
on his
games.
ass.
No, he wouldn't. Chief would knock him out.
Yeah, I reckon.
Chief is-
Morley,
Chief
James
is
Talmau,
notorious
Croco
boxer.
Jennings,
Yeah.
Mitch Orbison.
Simon Mannering. He was a good player.
He was a great player.
Yeah.
John Morris. So I reckon Aidan Tolman, John Morris, and Tyson Frizzell, if I was to tiering, we'll do this in the off-season.
John Morris would be the weakest.
He's
And he was a good
did
player.
Heinington get
And he was a
three-
good player. Yeah.
Heinington did. Yeah.
Heinington's got to be in that.
Heinington, Morris, and Frizzell.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
about right.
And don't get me wrong, these are excellent players.
Yeah,
I
like,
was going to say that.
like-
that's
like-
really,
like
really,
he's head-to-head with like,
really
some of the
critical.
greats.
Yeah, it's
Brilliant
really,
player.
really
Yeah.
critical of
Like,
Frizzell.
yeah,
He's a bloody good footballer.
Tyson Frizzell. Yeah, sorry, mate.
Yeah.
You're not as good as Cooper Cronk and Cameron Smith.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's spewing.
yeah. Like, let's face it. He's a very, very. Everyone on that
Everyone on that list
list
is
is
a
a
gun.
phenomenal footballer.
He's an
Do you
absolute
know who's
beast
on
player.
a list who probably doesn't get enough credit on that 300 list? Nathan Hindmarsh.
No,
He
Hindmarsh
was
is one of
such
the,
a good player.
he's one of the champion
Yeah,
players.
Such a good player.
Just Portal blokes. He sucks.
No,
You don't like Hindmarsh?
Of course I do. It's
no, Hindmarsh is. I don't agree with that take at all.
No, I don't
I
think,
think
he gets
he-
the respect because
I think he does.
Oh, really? I don't think he does.
Yeah, I think
He does. He's one of the all-time champion players.
He's a great player.
He's a wonderful player.
He's the Eels' best player that didn't win a premiership.
True.
Which has been rubbed in his face.
Correct.
poor fella.
Yeah, just Captain Obvious
Chris-
over
Chris-
here. That's Captain
Chris-
Obvious.
Chris-
are we doing it?
I think so.
It's Captain Easy Take, safe opinions on my game. No risk, no stakes, just Captain Easy Take.
It's a win. Great win.
Newcastle. I just got captain. Easy
Great
take.
win.
Let's move on from that.
Really
one.
good
Boring,
win.
boring game anyway.
All right.
Has no
exciting
impact on this.
game, mate.
all right.
But according to Matty Johns, he reckons you lot are going to go deep into the finals.
Matty.
Yeah,
Oh,
he,
he knows.
he thinks you're a danger team. Do you think that?
I think we are.
I actually agree.
The one thing that we've got is we've got a lot of self belief in the team.
I think you
which
got
we
pace,
which we
is
haven't
dangerous.
had in ages.
Self-belief and you
like.
got pace.
Week 2 of the finals, you'll come up against one of the top 4 teams. They'll roll you over. You'll be missing too many dudes.
Depends. If you get that year where Ponga was electric, anything can happen.
I think you got pace, which can't be coached or defended against. And
You reckon that the Knights will beat the Warriors
Yeah,
I think the Knights can
Yeah.
beat anyone on their day.
They'll beat the Sharks.
I just don't think the Knights can win.
We could
4
have
games
beaten
in a
you
row.
on a kick straight. We would have beaten you.
That's true.
It's fair.
It's actually
Stat,
true.
mate.
No, we
You know what? I hope we play you in the semis, Boldo,
Adrian,
and
I
we
hope we
roll
play
you.
you.
Adrian,
You
I
have
hope we
no
play you
idea
too.
what will happen.
Adrian,
we
the problem
play
with the
you.
Knights is I think they can beat anyone on their day.
They can also lose
I just don't think they can win 4 in a row.
4 in a row is a lot.
Look, I think 4 in a row is going to be tough.
Yeah.
I would like to win round 1, and I'd like to play the Warriors in New Zealand.
No pressure.
No pressure. All the pressure's on the Warriors. The home is all on their back. And I just think they could crack.
I thought you'd prefer to play Cronulla.
Nah.
I think
Cronulla in the grand final.
I think Cronulla.
Yeah, everyone wants to play Cronulla.
Knights,
in the grand
Cronulla.
final, mate.
A Knights Cronulla grand final is not on the bingo card.
Imagine that. Boulder and I would kill each other.
What'd Tim do?
Fuck.
I'd be very
He'd be in the
shocked.
corner
He'd be still-
drinking.
He'd be
egging us
still
on.
annoyed. He'd be
I
still
just
annoyed.
thought, what the hell
Imagine-
happened?
Imagine the Sharks knock out the Dolphins and the Knights knock out the Roosters in the prelim finals. He'd be
What
spewing.
world are you talking about?
Yeah, I
That is
agree.
never
Not
going to be
gonna
the
happen.
same.
That's like a 0.1%.
The only good thing is you look at this and you go, God, there's going to be some good finals matches.
Yeah, it's going to be. Look,
Really
it's,
good ones.
it's actually far more wide open than I thought it was
Yeah.
going to be at the start of the year.
It's
There,
gonna be good.
there'll be some upsets. I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, the good thing about this, so the way, obviously, everyone knows that the way the finals work. Week 1, we'll have the blockbuster 1v4, 2v3.
Yeah.
And the teams that come through the 5, 6, 7, 8 matches, in those week 2 matches, they will have confidence. They'll be pumped up. They'll be playing the teams from the top 4 that will be battered. And to Adrian's point, maybe they can do it.
Can the Dolphins beat anyone in the top 4? Yes. Can the Knights beat anyone in the top 4? Yes. Rabbitohs? No. Cowboys?
Certainly
yes.
not.
No. The Cowboys are a weird team. That on
No,
their day,
because
they
you're
can
forgetting
beat-
if they win week
Correct.
1, it'll be then a off week by week 2.
Yeah, that's
The team
look.
on-
At the
team
very
on-
least, though, Dolphins and Knights can definitely beat anyone.
Mine
in the
would be
top
the
4 on their
Bulldog.
day.
Mine would be the Bulldogs to worry about.
Yeah, they're
They're
good.
not gonna make it.
They're aggressive.
Good
defensively.
semi-final team.
They're not going to make it.
I think they'll make it.
They made the grand final,
If
didn't
they-
they, from 8?
If they beat the Bunnies this weekend, they're a good chance.
Mate, they've got to beat the powerful Dragons next
Yeah,
week.
but they're
Have you flip-flopped on the Dragons?
Gee, they're
Dragons
a bloody
great
good. They're a bloody
Great
good
team.
team. The Dragons when you put
When
the
the
form through
Dragons make the
Cronulla.
finals next year? Yep.
I can't see the Dragons losing a
Well,
game
if I'm
this
allowed-
year.
If I'm allowed to tip the way you guys tip and pick 12 teams to make the top 8, then the Dragons will make it. No, the Dragons won't make it.
I think I'll make it next year.
You just said the Raiders will make it and the Dragons will
Dragons won't make it
Yeah.
next year.
make it. What about the Storm?
Dragons will make it next year?
Storm?
Storm will make it next year.
Okay, what about the Sharks?
Dolphins?
7.
Dolphins?
Fiends will be there.
Okay, okay, Warriors?
We'll be there.
He's trying to catch you out, mate.
All right.
I know where this is going. Roosters will be there.
Not
Uh,
They're
Penrith
now
are
up to
gonna
9.
Penrith are going to miss.
If Penrith are going to miss, are they?
Yeah.
Didn't you just say you can't write off Nathan Cleary?
It's Ivan's.
Shut up.
It's Ivan's last year. They're not going to miss next
Oh,
year.
it's going to be a hard
goodness
8
me.
next year. It's going to be another 12.
All right. Well, speaking of teams that are coming in, Brian To'o signed with PNG.
Yep.
What do we make of this, Manka?
I think it's a good signing. I think him and your man Jerome are tight. So they're
Yeah,
thick
they are
as
tight.
thieves.
He's 27, so he'll be 29 by the time he goes there. That's a good signing.
He's been shopping around for more money and wanting more money since it came out from the NRL, the State of Origin camps.
Yeah, you're
But
right.
he worked out that all the other players got paid more money than him and he got annoyed.
I think it's win-win. I think it's good on him because he gets a good contract. I think he's a Polynesian boy, so perfect to kind of go into PNG, grow the game with his best mate Jerome. And I think Penrith go, you know what? We get you for another year. We've got probably a ton of juniors ready to blood
Thanks
as well.
for the service.
Thanks for the service. You kind of need to regenerate your list. Otherwise, you're kind of doing the same thing and you can only go so far. And I think good on him. I think it's a great signing both. My watch out for PNG, and I think I said in the chat, they haven't signed many forwards.
You don't need the forwards.
They haven't signed any back
You can get forwards
rowers.
later.
They've got a lot of skillful players. Where are the hard-working players, effort
they'll-
players?
they'll-
They haven't
Good
got
of you
them
to
yet.
figure that out.
They'll come. All right, Tim, I'm going to throw a question at you because this backs up what you said. It's a brilliant take by you. PNG can only sign players that have got their personal lives sorted, family plans done, wives, families set up, 28-year-old plus. Brian To'o fits into that again.
And that's exactly right. Players that are got their home life in order, that are willing to move for a few years to make some really serious cash in no one wants to move to Papua New Guinea for the lifestyle.
I don't think some of their kids will go.
And well,
Potentially
potentially not, but you do really need, going over there, you want to be in a safe neighborhood. They'll have nannies and things like that. Look, that's exactly it. That's the profile of the player. There's not young blokes going over there. And look, the one thing I will say is, looking at the players that they've signed, they are, by the time PNG are in the comp and they're playing for them, they're at the back end of their career. And I know they're good on paper, but will they be a bit tired? I don't know. Because you got Lomax, To'o, Alex Johnson. Who's the other centre they've got? Luai, who'll be in his early to mid 30s by then. Who's the other centre they got? Come on, boys, help me out here.
That's it.
No, they got one more.
It'll be on this thing here.
Yeah, they don't have one.
Let's go back up.
They don't have one.
They don't have a centre.
No, they definitely
Johnson,
do.
Lomax,
No,
To'o,
they don't.
Luai.
They don't.
Okay.
Do you know what the worry about PNG is? Not year one. Year one's exciting.
Year
They
5.
go there. Nah. Year 2. When a player goes, you know what? I miss home. My wife hates it. My
Yeah.
kids hate it. We need
Yeah,
to
they
go
won't
back
care
home.
if they won a premiership, mate.
No, they're not going to win the premiership in year 1. Year 2, the players are going to start going, I'm
That's really
sick.
good.
I want to go home.
PNG going to make the 8?
No.
Tim?
Nah. Too hard.
I don't think so. You won based on the current team.
Year 2 is the issue when players and wives and families want to go home and they've got to start doing it. That's where it becomes a problem for them because then it is really hard to attract people. It's exciting at the beginning, but PNG life, very different to Australia and New
They're
Zealand.
living in a compound. They'll have.
But that's like COVID. Living in a compound, not going anywhere. Yeah, I didn't mind it but then it wore on you after a while.
Enjoyed watching that sport from Eastern Europe, that soccer match that with the league that didn't get shut down.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it was
Or gambling on things that
Belarus.
weren't real.
The
Belarusi soccer
yeah,
league.
Premier League was
We're still kicking.
yeah, still kicking.
The PNG signings, there's been a bit of hoo-ha about it being unfair. And our mate Phil Gould coming out. What do you make of the whole?
It is unfair.
It's completely unfair
Because
they basically doubled the salary cap.
the clubs weren't told about it.
No, they voted for it.
They
weren't told about the tax-free.
They get double the salary cap.
Yeah.
Essentially, and
The clubs weren't told.
it's completely unfair. But you know what? Geopolitically, it's quite important that we have that team. So,
I reckon it's done the Bears.
well, the Bears have got salary cap.
A bit of relief.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can't sign anyone.
No, but it was actually interesting though. They did their launch over on the weekend. I was actually
Don't love the
There was
jersey.
more people there than I thought. I think they had at the ground 15,000. I was like, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
It was raining too.
Hmm.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay.
The jersey I think looked good.
Really?
I quite liked it. Yeah, stood out.
It was all right.
No, it was good.
Exactly. Like if I'd have gone to sleep last night and said, imagine what the Bears jersey is going to look like, it looked exactly like
Red
that.
and black.
Yeah, there was nothing surprising about it.
Yeah, I didn't like it, but you know,
I didn't hate it. It was not offensive.
I like the old North Sydney Bears. Oh, the '90s jerseys were good.
But all the 90s jerseys were good.
Yeah, all of them were better.
Yeah,
Well,
wasn't it?
all
still
of the
be
NRL
surprised,
jerseys from the
when
'90s.
Pardon?
Yeah. City Ford, Roosters.
Do they do a retro
beautiful.
round anymore in the NRL? No.
Yeah, they did like.
It was Indigenous round this week.
Yeah.
And I must say, I think it was the most disappointing jerseys.
Well, it's tough for them now because they've done it a few times.
Oh, but every year I love the jerseys. I love
I
the
thought the Sharks
Indigenous.
jersey was
Love,
pretty good.
love the Indigenous round jerseys. And I just think they missed the mark this year.
Why?
Just didn't look as good.
It's because it's not as fresh.
Well, be better.
Just be better. Okay.
Who did the Bears sign the Indigenous boy from the Dogs? What's his name?
Josh Curran.
Yeah, so there's a bit of media uproar I read today, actually, a bit of hot gossip. So he was the center stage where he came out, led the team on because he's an Indigenous boy, had the Aboriginal flag, and then he didn't get a minute on the game. They didn't play him. He sat on the bench, and I think his partner absolutely blew up on social media.
He's a good player too, Josh.
He's a
Curran.
good player.
Yeah.
But I thought
you're on
that
the bench, you might not make the team, mate.
No, I agree, but I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, looking at this. All right, well, the Bears squad's a bit more.
It's a bit more depth in this now.
Yeah. There's a
Like
whole
if you
bunch
think
of
about
guys.
Talakai's all right, Curran's good,
Sorensen's good.
Sorensen's a good player.
Morgan Smith.
Scroll up.
Nah, they're a journeyman.
Liam Henry
This
from
is a
Panthers is
journeyman
good.
team.
It is at the moment. Look, Tyron Wishart's a decent signing.
Meany's okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
if any of these players sign for your team next season, will you be sitting there going, "Oh, they're the missing piece.
Do you know
We're
who I,
winning the
no,
premiership this
do you
season"?
know who I would like? Is probably Liam Henry, the 8 for Penrith, and Scott Sorensen coming off the bench. Good signings.
Scott Sorensen's like he's not.
He's been pretty good for.
I really
Penrith.
rate
Sharks let
Josh.
him go.
I actually really rate Josh Curran.
I don't rate
So-
him that highly.
I'd take him as a 19th or 20th man.
No good. It's going to be a long season for them. All right. Well,
Yeah.
you know what it means.
I don't
It's
know.
time for-
Jeez, have to look at it.
This is upset alert! Upset alert! Don't say we didn't warn you! Upset alert!
That's right. It's time for Upset Alert, the hottest segment in all of NRL sports entertainment. A segment where we tell you which teams are on alert. So it's not a tip, it's an alert. Last week, Upset Alert was 2 from 3. Upset Alert's been very good this season, boys. It's our premiere segment, really. And I can see the boys are looking at their phones right now, as you can see them, trying to work out what they are going to tip as their Upset Alert.
Got it.
Adrian, you were unsuccessful last week, so
I
you get
was.
to
I
go
had to go
first.
last, so I'll go first. I'm not going to go the easy option.
Yep.
I'm going to go Parramatta to upset the Cowboys.
Oh, please. Why do you think that's going to happen?
Cowboys up and down. And you know what? You don't know what you're going to get with the Eels. They almost ran down Souths on the weekend, and that was like almost record breaking. So I just reckon, you know what? Para
There
hot
you
and
go. They beat
cold.
them the last 2 times. as
Cowboys
well.
hot and cold. Para at home. I think Para get the chocolates.
Para beat them the last 2 times. Looking at that.
$1.57. The Eel season's over.
Doesn't matter. It was over last week too.
Tim, do you have any credence to this Upset Alert?
I'm not supporting it. No.
Fair enough.
I-
All right. What
I
are you
think
on?
Cows will win. Mate, I'm going Chookies over Panthers.
You going Chookies over Panthers?
Yeah, mate, we're 210. They're $1.74.
210. That's a pretty weak Upset Alert, though. It's almost as weak as it can get, but it technically qualifies.
It's an upset alert.
It's like 1v2.
It is
No,
1v2.
two betting. one.
Why are the Roosters going to beat the Panthers, Tim?
I just think it's a good upset alert. I don't necessarily believe it.
Odds aren't good though. 210.
Hold on. We just said the Roosters are the top team. So I actually
You did. I did not. I still think we've got a long way to go.
The market will always go Penrith.
And Penrith have our they've got the wood on us. So look at those
40
last two
points
scores,
to
40
4,
to 4,
40 to 12 last time.
They just seem to have us. But look, they're a bit down on confidence. There are a few troops down. I think, we are. Look, the difference is the Roosters right now defensively look a whole lot better than they did much earlier in the season. So it'll be a lot tighter, and I think we can get over the top. I think our power game might just be too much for the Panthers. Whether at the moment, I think Panthers will come back better and stronger in the finals, but I think we might win this game.
Tim, if the Roosters played the Panthers in the grand final, would you tip them?
No,
You don't think they win?
no.
If the Roosters make
We're gonna keep that
if
up.
the Roosters make a grand final, Tim, they are the one team who beats Penrith. I'm calling it now. Don't you agree, Aldo? We chatted about this ages ago.
I still think
say.
I now think, and I know I've come full circle. It's been only 3 weeks, but I think the Warriors are the team that make the grand final, and it's who meets them there.
No.
I'm entitled to my opinion. Anyway, that was my upset alert. Roosters over Penrith.
I wish
I'm like-
one of us picked the Raiders over the Sharks. That would have been heaps better.
I mean, it could happen after they lost to the team coming last this week.
The Sharks are $1.30 against the Raiders. I'm struggling for an upset alert here, boys.
There's
It's a tough round.
the Manly versus Dolphins is an interesting one.
Oh, here we go. What about this one?
You reckon mine's skinny, mate?
Okay, so in my upset alert, I am going to predict that the powerful Dragons beat the West Tigers. We're paying $1.94 slide underdogs against the West Tigers. Goodness me, I actually don't think that's going to happen, but I'll take it. I just don't have any other options. I'm just looking at it. I can't take.
It's a tough week, isn't it? For
I can't
upsets.
take. You can't take Sea Eagles to beat the Dolphins.
What about Rabbits over Canterbury?
Oh,
You could do that.
You could do that.
nah, the Rabbits don't have any of their
I
teams.
like Canterbury in that game.
They don't. The Raiders aren't going to beat the Sharks. Cowboys will beat the Eels. You can't tip the Broncos to beat the Warriors. Knights versus Titans. Let's have a look at this one. $4 on the Titans. No, I'm going Dragons to beat the West Tigers in a ridiculous tip is what I'm going to do, boys. All right, let's go through the matches, shall we? Adrian, why don't you give us a commentary on the Roosters and Panthers? Who you got?
I think Penrith win.
I think the Roosters are going to do them.
Yeah, I'm not normally confident on East, but again, I think we need to make a statement. This was like I said that about the Cowboys game where we needed to come out and just play some good footy. I think this is the game. I think we actually beat them 13+.
Sea Eagles, Dolphins. Oh, I think the Sea Eagles are toast.
Yeah, Finns. But that'll be a really high scoring game to get your anytime multis.
I'm going to say Manly
Same game multis.
win.
Why?
I don't know. I just think it's at Brookvale.
They've been losing. So
No,
many.
they have been losing so bad. This is their final chance before their finals host slips. This is their last chance. They don't win this game, they have no chance of making the finals. They have to win this game. So if you want to see a desperate team win, I think they might just do it.
All right, fair enough. Bulldogs versus the Rabbitohs.
Bulldogs.
Canterbury.
Yeah.
Being played at Accor Stadium.
Yeah.
Bulldogs
Which is
pretty heavy
huge for the
favourites.
top 8 if they beat the Rabbitohs, the Dogs.
It is huge. If they lose,
Huge. Because then to Tim's point, then Rabbitohs got to start winning their games. They've got to play the Roosters. It starts to make those final 2 games of the season
yeah, if the
really
Bulldogs lose
important.
this, the Cowboys and the Rabbitohs will go 4 points ahead of them, and the
Correct.
Cowboys could also go 4 ahead.
Yeah.
So the Bulldogs season's arguably on the line.
Yeah.
In this one.
Yeah.
What else have we got? Sharks versus Raiders. Sharks are certainties. Sharks have a brilliant record of the Raiders. We'll beat them. They're a mess.
Yeah, I think Sharks should win.
Tim.
Yeah, Sharks.
And then we've got Eels and Cowboys.
I'm going to stick to my upset alert. I'm going to go Eels.
Cows. Warriors will beat the Broncos. Anyone on the Broncos?
No.
Anyone think the Titans can do the Knights?
No.
What's more likely? Titans beating the Knights or Broncos beating the Warriors?
Broncos beating the Warriors.
Yeah, agree.
I reckon it's Titans beating the Knights. Broncos are a mess. And then the match around the Channel 9 game, which is just everyone's crying out.
Oh,
for.
Channel 9 would be. Mate, I'm surprised I haven't had calls about booking spots in this. It's an absolute.
Mate,
blockbuster.
after last
No,
week's
you
game,
know why
when
you
the
haven't?
Dragons won. They've had an influx
haven't had-
of
no.
viewers.
Mate, you got Tigers beat the Pie, and the Dragons beat the mighty Cronulla Sharks.
Yeah, no, the reason why you haven't
The
got any calls is
unbeatable.
the ads are sold
Cronulla
out, mate.
Sharks.
The ads are gone.
No. They've called us back up saying they're putting a 200% premium on.
Oh,
the,
right.
on
So
the
everything's,
spot.
yeah, right.
This might
Yeah.
be the round of the year. I mean, game of the year, sorry. Tigers, Dragons, 2 heavyweights.
At Combank Stadium.
Ooh.
Sellout crowd.
Oh,
Dragons.
if they're not
I
hanging
might
from the
even go.
roof,
It's the battle of the mergers. It's 4 teams.
mate. What you think you're going to go? You think you're going to get a ticket now on Monday?
Sorry. Jesus.
You're a moron.
Jesus.
Mate, those tickets are long gone after the mighty Saints marched on
All right,
Sunday.
well-
Do you think it was the biggest upset of the year? It could have been.
I think
What,
it's the
Sharks or
greatest
the
upset.
Dragons?
The Dragons beating the Sharks might be the biggest upset
Yeah, I
of the
think so.
year.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
It actually probably goes close. Look, I'm actually going to tip the Dragons. I think they're going better than West.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna tip your man bench.
Bench.
Just needs a little
Bench.
bit of a win before the season ends. Bench.
Bench. My man. Come on, Benji. Don't do me in on upset alert. God, I can't even win. God, the Dragon. Oh, it's just hopeless. All right, that was the Down the Sideline podcast. Anything else from you, Timmy?
Can't wait for that last game. What a cracker.
I can't wait. Yeah.
Two things from me.
Nah.
Thursday night's game. Wow.
I was going to say Thursday
oh my
night.
God.
Yeah.
It's because I thought it was Friday night. So I'm like, Christmas has come early. I'm like, Thursday night. Going to be a cracker. And you know what? I've actually loved how much you hated rugby league yesterday.
Well, I also
hate
got a text spinning. I'll be at home alone on Thursday night, so I'm going to get to watch the game, enjoy it. Cannot wait.
Yeah, I still hate rugby league.
I know.
Pretty angry about the podcast this
dirty.
week.
You were
Stupid
F-bombing in
Sharks.
the chat, mate.
Hate everybody.
Hey, the only thing I will say, final wrap up, some of the ref calls this weekend, the worst being the forward pass from Penrith in
Oh, there are a
that
couple of
Warriors
bad
game.
forward
Oh.
passes.
Did-
this morning.
Mate, literally, I'm the player, and he's just gone to the player standing
Do you
there.
think the Bunkers
And
should
the refs have
overrule
been-
Howler forward pass?
They
Well,
can't.
that
think they should?
that is just so obvious. You don't need any camera angles.
they
He's
don't
just gone
want-
bang.
They
like
don't
that.
want the bunker getting more involved. Don't
Yeah.
get me started on the
There was
referees.
a weird one where the Shark guy clearly knocked it on right off a kick, right? And then the Sharks kicked it to the Dragons guy, and he did exactly the same thing. And the Sharks fans were just like, "Oh well," they didn't boo it or anything. They're like, "Oh well, we can't boo it because 5 minutes earlier they got a shocking one. We got a shocking one."
Yeah.
It's embarrassing that we're still doing
But
these
that
things
forward pass
at
in that
this
Penrith Warriors game,
late season.
all three referee, like at least Touchy and the ref should have been dropped.
And do you know what?
Is that bad?
There's a statistic I'll find it and chat about it next week where how quickly the 6 against have dropped off. Like,
Oh, here we go.
like they've got to sort out the refereeing.
Well, the rules are just not quite consistent, or
No,
they just don't
no.
have it worked
The,
out.
the rumor in the papers is that the NRL are trying to put a gag order on the broadcasters around talking.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, actually, is that a
anything
good idea?
negative about the
They
game.
can't do that.
No, anything negative about the
Well,
game.
but
So you
they're
can't
not-
comment
I
on the
don't mind
refs.
it.
They're not communist
If I was
states.
NRL, I'd be annoyed at Gould and all that rubbish.
Why?
'Cause
bollocks.
He bags out the game
He
every
can
week.
do what he
They don't
wants.
do it in the NFL.
They're getting 700. Yes, they do. They're getting
they don't.
$700
No, they do bag
million
it out.
No, not the way the
They're
NRL
getting
guys do. They do
$700
not.
million
they do
for
not
these
bag it out.
broadcasters.
There we
The
go. It's taken
broadcasters-
57 minutes
So what
for the
you
podcast
think
to get
it's going to
started.
be
Here we
good?
go. We're on.
You think it's going to be good for fans when
I'm not saying that it's
Gus Gould finishes the game? There's been a shocking forward pass.
I'm not
And
saying
Gus,
that
Gus
it's good for
goes,
fans.
Gus goes, oh, what a refereeing performance. The fans are going to have a
I'm not saying
blow a
that
head
it's-
gasket, and it's absolute crap.
I'm just
Absolute
saying-
crap.
If I was the NRL, I can understand why they did it. Was my comment.
Yeah, I can understand it. It is absolute crap.
I agree with
Has he-
Tim.
Sorry, Tim. I got to turn you down a little bit here.
Yeah, well, for the first time, I've gotten heated on this podcast, and I'm telling you right now, it is bad for the game if they have a gag order on them.
Do you know what? I agree with Tim. And it reeks of Volandis trying to control the whole thing.
Does reek of that
Mate,
too, doesn't
you
it?
can't control the game completely. Sorry, you can't. We're not communist China. Come on. It's ridiculous.
Do you think-
he's not
I
Kim
think-
Jong Il or whatever
No,
his name is?
yeah.
Going,
So
oh,
you
we
don't
won the
think
World
Phil
Cup."
Gould ever goes too far
Phil
back?
Gould has
Oh, no,
earned,
no.
Phil,
You don't think he ever goes too far?
hang on. Phil Gould has earned the right to share whatever he wants in the game
And he's
because
only
he's given
observing
so
what
much
we all
service
observe.
to the game. Sometimes his takes are wrong. Are your takes always right? No. Are mine? No.
I just
Let
think
the
if-
man
But you
speak.
can't have commentary that is just overly positive. Oh, what another great game by the referee. When everyone's sitting there going, they've missed about 15
think-
calls. The bunkers missed 5, and they've got every angle in the country.
So if that's the case,
and then hold on, as a fan, we're meant to sit there and listen to these people talk positive. Crap.
so then
Crap.
if you're Volandis, he's basically saying what happened at the end of Origin 3, where Cameron Smith criticized the bunker. He's saying get rid of that. And Cameron Smith's probably the most respected footy brain.
Well, he's the best referee we've ever had.
Exactly. That's a really good call.
I think it's an overcorrection on something.
It's overreach.
Yeah.
It's an overreach. I can look. I'll say it again. I can see his point and why it's a little bit annoying. And sometimes I do think they go a little bit too far. The problem is that if you're going to come up with a rule that's somewhere in the middle, where it's you kind
It
of
can't
do
be a
this.
rule.
There's no middle
Cannot
ground.
be a rule.
There's no
Yeah,
middle
but if
ground.
you're hold on,
There's no
all right,
rule.
okay.
No.
All right, let's just say I'm hosting this podcast, and you guys are bagging me out all the time, right?
Well, you do host it. We do bag you out.
Okay, but there has to be a limit where you just can't bag me out the whole time.
So there's a line where you cross it, and it's like where they need to establish in terms of where does it go too far. That's what they just need to establish. Don't gag. If you're out of line, they pull you aside and go, you know what, Boldo, what you said actually was really inappropriate.
The problem is that how do you come up with? They'd have to write some sort of stupid, like
But do you think
long-winded thing about an interpretation thing, which is just a bit of a waste of time. That's the problem with
the
it.
line's already determined, though. It's the same as the coaches in the
exactly
press conferences.
Yeah. If you said the referee's off his head or like he's cheating,
Yeah, the line is that they're not allowed to call their character or their reputation.
you can't put the game into disrepute. That's the
disrepute.
disrepute. That's the term they always
Yeah.
use. That's the line.
I can say if I was a CEO or the GM of the NRL, I can still understand why it would be annoying.
No, I think I get why you want to paint the game in a positive light all the time, particularly the broadcasters that you're selling your game to, right? But I also think it takes the piss out of the fans if you had a bunch of commentators not actually calling on the negative things in the game. The fans will not appreciate it. They'll know what's going on.
Oh, they'll just be sitting there like, oh, these guys.
And it will be bad for the game.
Do you know what talks up the game?
Because
No. Good calls where your team's not suffering bad calls on the weekend and you're not having these stupid 6 again that nobody understands. Let the game play the way it should.
But that's a different issue.
But if you've watched your team lose by 4-6 points, and a commentator calls out that you didn't get the rub of the green, weirdly it makes you feel better.
I'll put it to this: let's watch the NFL season this season. You watch it. I believe that does happen in the NFL, and the NFL commentators are better and more appropriate and at calling it out, and they're just better at commentating. And they do it, but they're better at it.
But there's only one rule in the NFL, which is so hard to determine.
Catch.
No, pass interference. Pass interference is the hardest referee decision to make a call.
You mean it's the one with the grey area?
Correct. It's so grey.
Catch is a bit grey too.
No, a little bit, but not as grey as pass interference because you can, in one game it is, one game it isn't. And there's such a grey area. I think America's just gone, you know what? It's grey. It might cost a game, but there's nothing to do. It cost the Bengals a Super Bowl against the Rams. And they didn't blow up about it.
The catch rule costs the Bills.
True. It also costs Dallas as well. There's a few different ones.
There's a few different
But you know what I mean?
But I just don't think there is. I think they move on fast. I think they do it better, but they do a lot.
But you got to also remember that there's so many more shows in America as well. And there's so many different states. So I don't think it's so saturated.
Yeah, and there's more. There's fewer Gus Goulds.
I think there's more Gus Goulds. Where at the moment there's only one Gus.
Yeah, but if Colin Coward comes out and hammers him,
the only problem with Gus Gould is, which people don't like, and I agree. I love Gus. I think he's awesome. Is that he can be very biased in his commentary to suit his team. So he loves the Roosters, he loves Penrith, and he loves the Bulldogs. Outside of that,
and he
says things to help his teams and not others.
Yeah,
and
I agree with that.
That's the issue with him.
I would prefer to. Well, I don't have the issue that you guys have on that policing.
Yeah.
I can see why he did it. I don't love it, but I can live with it. I would much rather change the rule around Braith and Astor and the guys with conflicts of interest in commentary positions. I don't like that at all.
I agree.
Player managers and commentators.
I just don't like it at all.
I 100% agree with you.
And I can see why the NFL, sorry, we're doing another NFL comparison, and this podcast literally just started.
Well, the season's about to start in the NFL.
Well, they don't like that Tom Brady is a part owner of a team. And so, NRL's got that as well because Matt Johns can bring and Talis can talk up the Titans guys. I don't like it.
But the NFL has super strict rules about Tom Brady. So
they don't let him do either.
He can't, because he owns a club or ownership.
He doesn't get to do.
He can't do any media or meetings at the other team's facilities. Like, he's basically banned. And I don't mind it. And I agree with that. I think and I know Braith calls it out that he looks after this player and that player. I just think there's too much bias in a lot of the reporting, and I think they just got to clean it up a little bit.
Yeah, I can't believe we didn't talk about Braith and Danny Meidler either.
Oh, mate, that's a huge feud, isn't it?
Player like being a player agent and a media personality.
Next week.
Yeah,
I'll put a pin in that. All right, we're going to come back to this segment. We really should have led with this stuff rather than talking about the damn shark.
We're going to go hot.
All right.
This was almost Ricky Stuart, Corey Horsburgh, basically. I was stuck in the middle.
Oh, well. Yeah, well. Yeah. All right. Great. Well, thanks for coming in, Timbo. Adrian, nothing else? I'm not asking you anything else. We'll put a pin in it for next weekend.
Tell you what, how good is it, Newcastle, being in the 8? Likely to make finals.
Yeah, you can't. You won't miss.
Let's go.
You won't miss. All right. That was the Down the Sideline podcast. There I am. See you guys next time, Monday, 8 p.m.